All right, all right, all right. Right, all right, all right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Church Express. I am Kirk Ray Smith. I'm excited to be here once again. Again, Kirk Ray Smith of Kirk Smith Unlimited and Associates. Really excited again today for our Church Express. Something you may want to know is that we are streaming live on YouTube. The messages are also recorded to YouTube at our YouTube channel at Kirk Smith Unlimited and Associates. They're on YouTube, and you can kind of use the hashtag Church Express, and the videos should pop up. But again, if for those of you who know folks who do not use Facebook, they can just tune in again directly on YouTube, and the messages are now live on both Facebook and YouTube. So really excited about that progress. And again, they're always recorded and captured on YouTube. So we just want to make sure that everyone can have access to the Church Express as frequent as needed. The whole idea around the Church Express is convenience. Want to be able to make sure that folks can access us at any time, at any place. Whether you're on the road, at home, wherever, or even at a break at work. We want to make sure you have access to the Church Express. So let's give folks a couple more, a minute or so here just to join us here on Facebook Live, and then we will get started. And hope everyone had a great week this week. Hope that this coming week is even better. Special shout out to all you mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day. Appreciate you all. We would be nowhere without our moms. So thank God for our moms and all the wonderful things that you have done for us and continue to do for us. And as I mentioned, we want to make sure that folks have access to the Church Express on as many platforms as possible. With that, as folks are joining in, we're going to go ahead and get started, get lifted. Get encouraged, get a word and something to help get us through the week. At any rate, again, I'm Kirk Ray Smith, your host, and let's go. So, something that I learned, over the years, and really, I don't know how profound this topic is, but I think it's important nonetheless. And what I learned is that the fastest way to nothing in this life is an ungrateful heart. The quickest way to zero is to be ungrateful. The fastest way to end up with nothing is to be ungrateful for what you have. And if you are ungrateful, and you're not thankful for what you have, what you think you have, you will lose. And so while I do believe that we should always pursue opportunities and to grow in life and to have more in life, whatever that means to you is relative. You should be content with what you have and be thankful for what you have and treat it accordingly, because it doesn't take much for what you have to be taken away. Again, having a grateful heart is critical. And having a grateful heart isn't just a feeling, but it's also comes down to actions and things that we say and things that we do to and amongst the people that are around us. And so what I thought I might do is I'll sort of talk about it in different areas of our lives. And so one area is in our finances. And that, the quickest way to lose everything you have is to blow your money, to blow what you have. I'm with the Bible. The Bible talks about a man asking God for not riches or poverty, but really for a balanced life. Because if he's too rich, then he might forget how much he needs God. If he's too poor, then he might resort to stealing and dishonor God by committing crimes because he's trying to survive. He's looking for balance. And really, that's kind of my take on life and what I pursue. So I don't go after riches, and I have no interest in poverty. But when you have finances, wherever they are, and however small they may seem to be, well, the quickest way to lose it all, obviously, is to blow it. So when you blow your money, what you're expressing is ingratitude. You're ungrateful for what it is that you have by blowing what you have. And again, you're going to lose whatever you think you have when you don't spend your money wisely. And again, this is not a financial management class. I'm just giving you an example. Again, it's not just a feeling, being grateful is not just a feeling, but being grateful comes down to how you treat what it is that you have. So, and so I'm talking about money in this case. Another area is when it comes to your parents. So a lot of people, they treat their parents like they don't matter. You treat your parents like they're no big deal, like your parents are irrelevant, like it doesn't matter. And so here's what happens. And I always tell people this who are raising young children, enjoy it. Because one of these days they're going to grow up and you're going to be the last thing on their mind in many cases. It's not like they're going to spend their days thinking about you. And what happens, young people, and not young people, even older people that still have their parents around, you need to be very, very careful how you treat them and don't take them for granted, right? But we disrespect our parents many times by only calling them when we need something, but we never check on them, we never spend time with them, we never communicate with them, we don't like listening to them. And in many cases, we'll listen to our parents just so we can get whatever it is that we want from them with no real interest in taking their advice or their direction. Some of you know what I'm talking about. But here's what happens, is that if you can keep that up, how many relationships do you know where the relationship between the children and the parents are severed because of this type of thing, where the kids totally disrespect the parents, ignore the parents, and only time, and I get tired of seeing people talking about how much they love their mother and father or they miss them once they're gone. Well, man, love these people while they're around because they're not going to be around forever. But we take them for granted and we assume they're always going to be there, right? And so you treat them like, well, they're not going anywhere, right? Another area is when it comes down to friends. So people who are real friends who are loyal to you or to us, a lot of times we take them for granted. We take advantage of them. We just use them, right? We just use them for what we want. And then we hang around with associates who really aren't our friends. And then when our associates let us down, we run back to our friends for love and support. And see, again, after a while, that's going to run out and you're going to find yourself without true friends and you're going to be surrounded by associates and, people who are only using you. See, these are small fundamental things, right? This isn't profound, but nevertheless, it's important that you have to express gratitude by how you treat people, not just how you feel, but how you treat them. And so, again, the quickest way to know friends is keep using the true people who love you and care about you, your true friends, keep treating them badly and hanging out with these associates, and you'll see where you'll end up with a bunch of associates who only associate with you because they're trying to use you and take advantage of you. And once your associates get done with you, they're going to stop, they're going to disassociate themselves from you and start associating with other people. Don't get mad because that's what associates do. Associates associate. And once whatever it is that they're associating with is no longer of value, they take their association somewhere else. So you get confused by thinking that these associates are your friends because everybody's happy right now. But their love and respect for you is momentary. It's not long term. It's temporary. It's just the moment. But eventually those associates are going to do exactly what they do. They're going to disassociate with you and go associate with somebody else. All the while, your true friends, the ones that truly care about you, are the ones that we leave behind. And then we run back to them because we want love and support. And see, eventually, true friends are going to catch on and they're going to distance themselves from you. And not only will they no longer be your friends, they'll no longer associate with you, and you're going to find yourself lonely, although you're surrounded by a whole bunch of associates. Does that make sense? Another area, jobs, employment. You get people who are lazy at work, who do absolutely nothing at work. Nothing. They're lazy. They come to work late. They put in very minimal effort. They don't feel appreciated. They don't care about the boss or the company. They just want a paycheck. Okay, right. Now, those people mistreat their job as if their job doesn't matter until they lose it. See, now all of a sudden, the company is wrong for letting them go when they were lazy the whole time they were there. And then we like to say, well, the devil did it. No, you call it the devil. I call it you. You say Satan did. I say you did it. Satan ain't got nothing to do with it. You did it. You brought that on yourself because you didn't put in the effort or work hard or do what you need to do, or you were at work associating with the wrong people who put you in a position where you were guilty by association, who put you in a position that caused you to lose your job because you're hanging around a bunch of losers who are making you look bad. Then you lose your job, and then you want to blame the boss, co-workers, and the devil. No, I blame you. You're the problem. Does that make sense? So again, the quickest way to no job is to be ungrateful for the job that you have. Now, you may not love your job. There's a lot of people in that situation, but it's your job nonetheless. So do your very best while you have it. Put in the effort while you have it and leverage it into something for a better job down the road. And I told you before in messages, a few messages ago, that your rewards may not always be in that place of work. Your reward could be somewhere else for your efforts in a different location. So God's ability to bless you is not predicated or limited by geographic location. So God can bless you for what you did in another place. He can bless you in a different place. That's how he works, because God's not limited by space and time or addresses and zip codes. So what I'm saying is that you work hard. Don't be lazy before you lose the one job that you have. Does that make sense? Now, let's talk a little bit about your mates. You know, your man, your woman, your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. Now, this may get a little uncomfortable for some of you, but if you know me, I'm obligated to tell you the truth, okay? I'm obligated. Now, you have some women, wives or girlfriends, whatever category you fit in, they like weak men. Now, hold up. Don't close it. Don't shut me down. Hear me out. They want a man that will let them do whatever they want to do. They want a man they can walk all over and never question them, never challenge them, because if you challenge them, he's somehow coming against their independence and all this other stuff. And men and women are equal. I agree, men and women are equal. I agree 100%. No one's better than the other. But they want a man that just will never challenge them, never talk back to them, and just kind of humbly follow behind them and do whatever they ask. And that's and he has to check in wherever he is, whatever he's doing, whomever he's with, whatever it is. You got this guy kind of on lock, and you controlling this person, and you want him to be basically a soft, weak man around you. And if he questions you, then you get mad at him. It's your money, it's your this, it's your that, whatever. I got it. Okay? So that's what you want. Understood. Then when that same man gets around other women who are being nice to him and being sweet to him and trying to push up on him and flirting with him over time, and then he falls, right? And he falls to temptation and ends up cheating on that woman. Now the woman wants to get mad at him for being weak. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You want a weak man, right? So if you want him to be weak around you, what do you expect him to be when you're not around? If you want him to be a weakling when he's with you, how can you expect him to be strong all of a sudden when he's not? See, you can't have it both ways. You can't have a weak, docile man who will never challenge you, never raise his voice at you, never question you, do whatever you say, report when you say report, tell you his whereabouts, text you every hour on the hour, whatever it is, these rules you set up for him. And then when he gets out there and someone else begins to treat him better and make him feel like a king and make him feel powerful and special, and then he falls to temptation, you get upset at him for being weak, but you wanted him to be weak in the first place, correct? So you can't have a weak man when he's with you and expect him to be strong when he's not. Then he cheats on you. Then you get mad at him and call him dirty and tell all your friends he's no good. And then you want to go to church and pray and blame the devil and have the church lay hands. Whoa, wait a minute, man. Wait a minute. It ain't the devil, it's you. You got to make a choice. I'm not saying making excuses for adultery or infidelity. I'm not making excuses. What I'm saying is that we play a part in that stuff more often than we like to admit. So if you mistreat him and someone treats him better, that's what he's going to be. So you got to decide. So do you want a weak man or a strong man? And there's certain things that come with having a strong man. There's certain things that's going to make you uncomfortable with coming with a strong man. But this is what I know about strong men. You don't have to worry about where they are. You don't have to worry about who they're with. You don't have to worry about what time will they be home. You don't have to worry about will they provide and do what it takes to make sure they're doing their part. You don't have to worry about if you're first or not in their life. See, that's what strong men do. And a strong man is willing to accept your frustration. He's willing to live with your frustration if it's for the right reason. I love my wife with all my heart. She is the apple of my eye. She's the object of my desire. She's at the peak of my greatest fantasy. She's everything I could ask for and more. There's no dream, there's no fantasy, there's no wish, there's nothing that will exceed Vanessa in my heart and in my mind. And I'm believing in God that this will remain my position to the day I die, and hopefully thereafter. For as long as God would allow me to feel this way about her, I will. However, my wife will not stomp on me. My wife will not walk all over me. My wife will not treat me as if I'm insignificant. She won't do that. That won't happen. My wife won't go out and make major financial decisions without including me in the conversation. It doesn't happen like that. My wife just won't arbitrarily pick up and leave at night to go to the gas station. It doesn't happen like that. My wife won't touch doors when she's out with me. It just won't happen like that. My wife won't go into any strange places and dark places and do whatever she wants, however she wants. No, it does not happen. I'm not trying to control my wife. I'm not a dictator of my wife, but she has to understand that my primary responsibility is to protect her and to stand with her and watch over her and to make sure nothing and no one hurts her. That is my job. I will even protect my wife from herself. Even if it makes her mad, I am responsible for my wife when I'm with her and when I'm not. So when I'm not around her and I'm tempted and someone comes at me, there's a convenient opportunity for me to be disloyal or unfaithful or something happens, I must resist with the strength that I'm allowed to walk with when I'm around her. So I use that same strength when I'm not around her to keep me strong, keep me faithful, protect me from infidelity and destroying my life, destroying our marriage, destroying my walk with God. You see, folks, it's either one or the other. You cannot have it both ways. But these women want scrubs. You want sorry dudes that's all they have is that they're sexy. They got a nice chest. They got nice abs. They got nice arms. They got a few dollars. They got a sexy face. They got a nice car. They got all that's those your requirements. You need to raise the bar. Your bar is way too low. And then when he acts out and his character, he does not have the moral character, and you pick him anyway, and then he does something that weak dudes do, and you get mad and start blaming the devil. Man, you better get the devil, ain't got nothing to do with it. I blame you. And man, you ain't off the hook. You sit there and you don't listen to your wife. And you don't, or your girl, or however, whatever your setup is, and you don't listen to her. And you don't respect her judgment. You don't respect her ability. You seem to discount her intellect. You seem to discount her acumen for whatever things that you don't recognize the multidimensional nature and ability of a good woman. You ignore that. And again, so all you want is a freak. You want somebody that's going to be freaky with you and meet all your sexual desires. And that's the extent of what she is. And when she can't do that for whatever reason or won't do that for whatever reason, then you start trying to make up all kind of excuses as to why she can't meet your need. And you got to go find it somewhere else and see how disrespectful. You don't listen to her when she talks about a long day at work or a long day at school or a long day at home or wherever, and you won't sit down and pay attention to her and not just sit there and while she's talking, but actually engage and listen to what it is that she has to say, because there's things that are important to her that may not be important to you. But what you have to learn how to do is find a way to make what's important to her important to you. If it's not a big deal to you yet, then you got to work on making it a big deal to you. So you got to keep listening till it becomes a big deal, because it's critical that we listen to our women, that we pay attention to our women, and not only listen and pay attention, but react to them positively and figure out ways to support them. They're not always looking for an answer or a solution. Sometimes the greatest thing you can give your lady is an ear. Sometimes the best thing you can give her is a listening ear. Hear her out. Hear what it is that she has to say. Let's work it out with her. You see, that's sometimes that's all they ask for. They don't always want to have sex with you. They don't always want to do something sexual with your foul, nasty behind. Anyway, sometimes they just want to be held. They want you to hold their hand. They want you to sit with them. They want you to watch a TV show with them. Sometimes they just want to walk through the mall. They want to just, whatever it is, see, that's what real men do. But if you don't do that, somebody on Facebook, Instagram, the Tinder, I don't know, somebody is going to listen to them at work. And he ain't got to be cute as you are. He ain't got to be as sexy as you. He ain't got to have as much money as you, but he listens to her and pays attention and tells her how pretty she is and she's a big deal. And see, that's how it happens. Then all of a sudden, she gets connected to this person emotionally. And they lock in and start talking and texting. And all of a sudden, she cheats on you. And then you want to go off and tell her she ain't no good and storm out, call her a freak and blah, blah, blah. You want to run to churches and prayer and friends. And oh, man, and the devil's a liar. Yeah, he is a liar, but so are you. We lie too. You lie because you're not being honest. This is just the mistakes that we make, but when you take someone for granted, it is the quickest way to zero. It's the fastest way to lose them. When you are ungrateful and you don't treat people right, you will lose them and you will be all alone and by yourself. If we don't learn how to be grateful, the ungrateful heart, man, that is the quickest way to zero. Being ungrateful. And again, it's not just a feeling, but it comes down to our actions, man. How we behave around the things and the people that we have in our lives, how you behave, you're going to lose it if you don't treat it right, man. That's how it goes. You cannot sit there and disrespect a person over and over and over and think somehow they're going to stay around. Sometimes it's the little things. So I'll speak for myself. For me, it's little things, man. For those that know me, y'all know, look, it's a small, how are you doing, Kirk? Hey, I miss you too. I love you too, man. Hey, that's how I am. Like it ain't big stuff. It's those little things. And see, that's important to people. And see, and I've been in situations like this with couples where, for example, say there's some infidelity, right, going on. So either way, male or female. And when you listen to them and you start, and it goes all the way back to something small that started this whole thing. Something really, really small. And all the person had to do was say, if a year ago, if you had told me that you loved me, if you had sent me flowers, right? If you had just show support for me, we would never be where we are now. That's all I was looking for. But see, we don't listen. We don't. So you got to be intuitive. You got to listen when you're in a relationship with folks. You got to listen, man, and pay attention so you don't make mistakes and these oversights. And I'm going to tell you something. You can be married 40 years. It don't even matter. Man, marriage is a daily effort. If you got to put work in every single day. Don't take for granted because you've been married 10 years, 20 years, whatever many years. Don't think because you've been married that long, nothing can happen and somehow you're impervious to adultery or you're impervious to marriage failure. Marriage takes work 24/7. You got to put the work in year after year. You can't live off of what happened last year. You can't even live off of what happened a week ago in a marriage. You got to put, I'm telling you right, I'm living proof. You got to put the work in on a regular basis, man. Every day. And don't assume because you've been with somebody, they're going to stay around or because they're faithful, they're going to remain faithful forever. Man, we are all human beings. We are imperfect people in an imperfect world surrounded by imperfect people. And we all are full of temptations. Y'all know it. I know it. So don't even try to act like it's not true. I hear a couple, we never argue. We never fight. That's a lie. Any couple that never argue, that I would be afraid of that couple because I'm going to tell you what's happening. One or two things happening. Either they're passive aggressive, right? They hold stuff in. Eventually, they're gonna explode, or they're talking to somebody else. You can't be with an imperfect person and never have a disagreement or argument. It's just not gonna happen. That's not going to happen. What I'm trying to get everybody here to understand right here on Express this morning is, man, listen, you got to put the work in with people, and not just in marriages and dating situations, but you got to put the work in with your friends and people around you, man. You better text people, tell them you love them. Hey, thinking about you, bruh. Says, hey, God bless you. See, that little stuff, you don't know how far that stuff goes because you don't know where people are, man. There's been plenty of times where I felt alone and unappreciated and devalued, as if I didn't even matter. But then someone would send me a text. Hey, Kirk, what up? PK, or hey, what's up, my man? You good? Whatever. They don't even know what's happening to me. But man, they don't know how much that meant. Listen, we all want people to think about us. We all want people to have us on their minds from time to time. We all like the fact that somebody is praying for us. We all want to be appreciated. We all need affirmation. And when you, every human being, I don't care how strong they are, they need that. So if you got people in your life, man, you need to reach out to them and tell them you love them, man, and hey, you respect them and you appreciate them. If they've been a blessing to you in any kind of way, man, reach out, holler at them. You know what I'm saying? It ain't hard. See, this is the kind of stuff. But if you want to lose whatever you have, be ungrateful for what you have. You want to lose all your money and you think you broke all the time? Oh, child, please, you ain't broke. You know you got some money. Always crying broke. You know you ain't broke. You don't listen. Some of y'all don't even know what it's like to be broke for real. Now, y'all just cause you ain't gonna get paid. You got a week before you get paid. You ain't broke. Some of y'all don't want nothing to do with being broke. You don't want nothing to do with being in poverty for real. Like you don't want nothing to do with it. Because even as poor as we were when we grew up, we always ate. You know what I'm saying? We always ate. We wasn't always what we wanted, but we ate every day. So we don't really know what it's like to be in true poverty. But whatever money you have, you better manage it well and demonstrate gratitude for what you have, for how you manage your money. That's a way of them, not just praise God, thank you, Jesus, that's true, but the longest way and the most sustainable way to express gratitude for your money is to manage it well. Again, if you have parents and parents in your life, man, you better treat your parents right. Stop disrespecting them and thinking they're going to be there forever and no matter what. And stop waiting for funerals and all this stuff to put stuff on Facebook and how, man, you don't listen. People tell me, I miss my granny or I miss my mom or my grandfather or my father. No, you don't, because you treat them like crap while they was here. You never checked on them, didn't spend no time with them, didn't go see them, be in the same city. Listen, I talk about even my own family. I remember my own family, we be in the same city, and we got people who don't even talk to each other, don't even reach out to each other, don't spend no time with each other, don't even care about each other, hate each other, mad at each other over weak stuff. You know what I'm saying? Holding grudges, man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to die with that stuff. That stuff is weak. Y'all better settle that stuff. Settle it now. Squash it, man. It's weak. And how many people, kids have put their parents in the grave early because they frustrated them and broke their hearts on how they treat them and how they treated each other. Y'all better recognize, man. You know what I'm saying? Recognize. And again, like on your job, stop being lazy. Stop being a scrub. Do your job. Work hard. Show up. Stop hanging with losers. Get the job. Put the work in. I know you might not like that job, but do it for now until you can get another one. But don't be sitting there acting all sorry. Put the work in, man. You know, work with a high level of good character and integrity and do it the right way. Stop hanging with all these people that's destined to get fired. You don't want nothing to do with those folks. That's how it is. And stop surrounding yourself with associates and calling them friends. They are not your friends. They are associates, and they will disassociate with you as soon as you stop giving them what it is that they think they're getting from you. They will leave you because that's what associates do. They disassociate and associate, and then they disassociate again and associate elsewhere. But true friends are the ones that's going to stick with you through thick and thin. They're with you, and they stay with you even if you don't have anything to offer them. They remain your friends, man. And that's what you got to do, folks. And I'm going to wrap this up. True to the Church Express form. It's got to be quick, man. We ain't got all day. Y'all got stuff to do. I feel you. Me too. But what I'm saying is understand the quickest way to zero is an ungrateful heart, man. And not just how you feel, but your behavior and your words, they illustrate better than anything where your heart really is. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. As a man thinketh, so is he. So if you are grateful, then act like it, man, for a change. Stop telling people that you're grateful for them and show them that you're grateful every now and then. So much love to everybody. We're now simulcasting live on YouTube. Also, the messages are uploaded on the YouTube as well at Kirk Smith Unlimited and Associates. So there's multiple ways to get these messages. I get phone calls and people reach out, messages all the time about how else can we get these messages if we don't use Facebook. Well, YouTube is a great way to get them. But God bless everybody. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms coming up next weekend. Appreciate moms. My mom, bless her heart, she's not with us anymore. But I realize it's truly a blessing to have a mother in your life, man. So love your mom, man. Love up on her. You know what I mean? Because moms is nothing better than a mother. I'll tell you that right now. Don't know who my father is, his loss. But I certainly know who my mom is. So I appreciate everybody. Have a great week. Share the messages, man. Make comments. Use the hashtag #TheChurchExpress. And let's keep it moving. The Church Express is moving. And I'm here for you each and every Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern. God bless you. 1.